as promised, here I am with this week's chapter of Boku no Hero Academia 149 of its name, Don't Be Hungry, Irinaka. If I'm not mistaken, Irinaka is the guy who went kinda berserk in the last chapter, moving the walls and the ceiling willy-nilly as he pleased. Okay, so we have a cover. Twice and Toga. Why is twice? What is twice holding? Like a wrist, a rope that comes out of his wrist thing. Okay. From outcasts to Yakuza, we're stepping out into this cutthroat world. Okay. An interesting cover, a cool cover nonetheless. Ha! A fan art of the guy from One Punch Man, which I forgot. Saitama, I remembered, and Deku, Two Punch Two Man. Okay. So we're on flashback mode of when Toga and Twice joined the Yakuza. Okay, I came under Tamura's orders, not because I wanted to or anything. The name's Toga. Long time no see, but bastard, I'll never forgive you. Got it. Pleasure doing business. I apologize for our lateness. Overhaul. Out of an abundance of caution, we took the most indirect route here. Good work, the League of Villains, eh? Nice, let's fight. Here comes Rappa. I'll kill you, I don't wanna. I'm sorry for what happened to Mark. I didn't want to kill him either. I understand that you may hold a grudge for me, but as long as we're working together, I ask for your complete cooperation so that the plan may proceed smoothly. Her, it's her, asshole. Wait, what? Magnum was a her? Wait, hold on a second. So that the plan. I did not want to kill him either. It's her? I didn't want to kill her? Magnum was a girl? Hold on a second. No, that can't be. I'm sorry for you if you hear that typing, but I must get this sorted. Magnum was a girl? Oh my god. Oh my god, she was. I mean, not that I'm judging or anything, but you know what? Never mind. Just, I'm sorry, this gave me quite a shock. Magnum was a girl? Well, mind me manners. Jesus, hallelujah. Anyway, okay, moving on. So, what do you want us to do? How's this going? Yeah, he's a little bent on the mind. Just like my own subordinates, I would have you obey our orders, no more, no less. In order to facilitate that, first I'd like to explain you the particulars of your quirks. It's an exchange of information. That way, if you push comes to shove, it'll be easier for us to coordinate with one another. Well then, if push does come to shove, I'll tell you then. I still don't like you guys after all. Answer the damn question, damn it! Don't go underestimating the Yakuza fools. Oh yeah, this is Irinaka. He's a little cuckoo bird as well. I've decided you guys weird me out and I won't tell you. And there he goes. I can double anything and everything. For that purpose I need a clear and precise image. And if I don't have a good image, it'll only come out as incomplete trash. I require various data such as height, chest size and foot size. I need to look carefully, measure carefully, and after all that I'll finally be able to create a clone. Oh! So it was him who made that rapper clone. I had someone in the comments telling me who had done that clone. I don't remember who it was. I can check the comment if you give me a second. So, the person in question said, no, it wasn't Toga, it was a clone of Rappa make for twice. But it wasn't Rappa who made the clone, it was twice who made the clone. He made a double. Okay, that's very cool. The only difference between the clone and the original is stamina. It varies depending on what I double, but once it accumulates a certain amount of damage, it'll fall apart. The number of things I can clone simultaneously is 2, and the stamina of the second one will be even lower. And finally, for personal reasons, I can't clone myself. No, why this isn't usual me. Oh, this guy. So that's a measuring tape he has on his wrist. Okay, that's cool. Now he just made me look like a fool. You got it all wrong, Togai. Poor guy. Okay, I can transform into someone by taking their blood. The blood I take in also becomes my energy, so the length of the transformation and my absorption rate vary in proportion to that. I can go a day without 1 cup, and if I drink a lot of different people's blood at once, that means I can transform into any of them. I can even transform my clothes, but in order to do that I have to be completely naked, which is embarrassing. See? I see. Tell me one more thing. Does Shigaraki have any plans to betray us? No, 9. Okay, you're now part of the 8 precepts. Welcome to the family. I can't let you do as you please. I asked that you don't leave this underground. Okay, how's the rest? In other words, if you don't drop that shitty attitude of yours, you'll get no lenience from us. Understand? Then do as you're told, you little street punks. Very Yakuza got it. Don't you make light of us. Someone is really proud of their Yakuza heritage. Jesus, give this man a calming pill. Come on. We're gonna take control of society once more from the bottom up. You're witnessing the revival of the Yakuza. We're gonna fulfill the long-standing desires of our bedridden boss. And you'll get to reap all the benefits, so you best be thankful, got it? I won't forgive anyone who makes a fool of us. Okay, so back to present time. Okay, so this guy has some serious issues. Whether this is an issue or just an overwhelming loyalty to the boss, it remains to be seen, but my bets are on the unmeasuring amounts of insanity. He's a hot-tempered wimp who gets angry easily, and now that he's mad, he'll be distracted and less careful. Okay. So they are remembering that they heard that voice before. Because he's a wimp, he tries to hide the fact that he's weak. He wants to see himself as strong. So he looks down on others from above. Yakuza are pretty lame, aren't they? Oh, sneaky Toga. Oh. That's very cool. So her distraction kind of allowed Midoriya to jump in and just break the walls, exposing the guy so that Eraserhead can now come and cancel his quirk. Sorry, Mr. Yakuza, but we do as we please. Bye now. Wait, what? Oh, okay. That was just Night Eye's thing. We've been used. But thanks to that, we're free from that labyrinth. Once again, we'll travel back in time to 2 minutes after Mirio went off on his own. In just 2 minutes, he managed to catch up with... Oh my god. I'd like to talk with you a bit more after all. Mirio has caught up. The lone horseman faces the last boss. This is interesting because if we think about it, if we think very carefully about it, Mirio is actually saved from Overhaul's quirk. Because for Overhaul's quirk to work, at least as far as we know, it requires touching something physically. As far as we know, we can't properly destroy something that doesn't have a physical form. Therefore, I don't think it could destroy any sort of liquid or gaseous forms. Gaseous is out of question. There's no way he could destroy gaseous stuff, otherwise he would just be able to break apart the very air and the very oxygen in the atmosphere. So that's out of the question. As for fluids, meaning liquids and plasmatic substances, it remains to be seen. However, Mirio is neither a plasmatic or a liqueous form. He's, at the very best, he becomes a gaseous form with no form whatsoever. So, for Mirio to face Overhaul is actually very cool because, yeah, Overhaul can touch him, therefore he can't destroy him, unless of course he has a way to counter that, or the guy that's with him has a way to counter that. Which I doubt it. Quirks don't tend to repeat themselves, so a quirk cancelling quirk, again, wouldn't be... it would be far too convenient. Now the thing that's worrying me is the way that Mirio said this. I'd like to talk with you a bit more after all. So, has Mirio thought of something that he wants to clarify, or did he just said this to sound cool? I don't want to put the hypothesis that Mirio could be about to betray the heroes, but that would make for a very badass plot twist. Imagine that. Mirio, the pretty boy, the the most pristine candidate to becoming the #1 hero, suddenly betrays the hero society. Can you imagine a better plot twist than that? I cannot. Like, if it has to be... Of course I don't want Mirio to become a villain and to betray the hero society, but imagine the repercussions that would have in the world. Let alone the world on Midoriya. Midoriya suddenly found someone who... I mean, not... scratch that. Midoriya found someone more, another person he can look up to in recent times. He had All Might. It's not that he doesn't look up to All Might as well, but let's face it, All Might is not in the active. So he kinda looks up to Mirio now. He still keeps his All Might beliefs and he keeps looking up to All Might, but the thing is, he's on a more steady path to becoming All Might now. So he must strive to catch up with someone else, and that someone else is Mirio. So imagine when Midoriya finds out that Mirio actually betrayed them, which I don't think will happen. Boku no Hero Academy is not as unpredictable as that, and I don't think that Mirio will actually betray the heroes, or if he does, he has a very good reason for it, and that reason will be his downfall. And at that downfall, the rest will find out that he was actually working against the villains all the time, but he had to make a very hard decision. It's usually how these things go. But yes, imagine that. So yeah, Mirio flashback coming, not really flashback, but Mirio's side of events coming right up. So at this time that we'll start next chapter, none of the other battles have happened. So that's interesting. That's a very interesting thought. Maybe we'll get to see certain things that relate to the battles that are occurring at the same time. Very, very cool indeed. Maybe Sun Eater will appear as well. Maybe that's based on him that Mirio will have to make the very tough decision. Theories. The theory gears are clutching on place, and they are starting to turn. And speaking of turn, speaking of time, it's high time we finish this. This has been it for this week's chapter of Boku no Hero Academia. I enjoyed it. Mostly for the fact that next week we will start on Mirio's side of events. So we'll go back, but we'll also go forward, see what Mirio's been up to about. I actually agree with what they have done of finishing the other hero's side first and letting Mirio have like 2 or 3 chapters just for himself. Because I think that this will be something to behold. Like, this won't be a simple talk, a simple exchange of blows. We're talking about a guy that has a quirk that counters the other guy's quirk. As I said, Mirio is safe from Overhaul quirk as far as we know. We don't know the other guy's quirk, but thinking just about Overhaul, Mirio is safe from that quirk. So Mirio is possibly the only one who can stand to Overhaul just about now, apart from Eraserhead. And even Eraserhead would be at a disadvantage because if he's not fast enough he's open to attacks. So if someone else attacks him, he loses contact and he can be eliminated. Mirio doesn't have that problem. Unless the other guy has a quirk cancelling quirk or something similar, like a tangibility quirk, like he can make other things tangible and intangible. So he could cancel Mirio's intangibility. So, but that would be way too convenient. But then again, things happen when they happen. But what's going to happen now, my boys and my girls, my friends, my dear viewers, is that I'm finishing this week's video of Boku no Hero Academia. We will be back next Monday for the 7 Deadly Sins and the Promised Neverland. Very, very eager to read those as well, especially because Escanor will fight against Meliodas, and I cannot wait to see that. And also the Promised Neverland, to see where the hell is that story going. I'll see you then. I wish you all a fantastic weekend if I don't see you tomorrow, which I'll probably won't. But who knows, maybe we will see one another tomorrow, and I say my goodbyes to you, and